Next, Dr. Jung of Ulsan Research Institute will introduce Marine and Fisheries New Deal in the Eastern Sea region and propose cooperative measures. Good morning, I am Jung from Ulsan Research Institute. I'd like to thank you for inviting me to this meaningful occasion. Today I'd like to talk about the Ulsan Metropolitan City's New Deal project in marine and fisheries area and ways for cooperation. I will talk about the marine and fisheries conditions of Ulsan Metropolitan City first. And Ulsan has its own version of New Deal project, so I'd like to talk about the plan. And I will review on marine and fisheries New Deal of Ulsan Metropolitan City, and I will propose some cooperative measures. Condition of marine and fisheries industry of Ulsan Metropolitan City, it accounts for only 1.2% of the country. Centering around the coastal area, lots of activities are going on. Around the Namgu, Bukgu, and Donggu, and Uljugun, there are ports, and it has 4 ports. In terms of general cargo, it ranks number 3 in Korea, and for liquid cargo, it's number 1. And it is. And if you look at the liquid cargo volume, the government of Ulsan is pursuing to make the city the hub of oil and gas hub in Northeast Asia. So it also has the plan for total volume. It implemented total volume control of coastal pollution. For the following 10 years, unlike other local governments, it has set a goal for heavy metals, including copper and zinc and other heavy metals. So it's going to control the total volume of such metals. It has 27 fishing ports and 33 fishing villages. Ulsan announced its New Deal plan, and it covers 3 areas and 15 initiatives. Ulsan operates New Deal Commission, and it has 23 departments that is dealing with the actual work of the New Deal project of Ulsan. If you look at the table on the screen, you can see what are the initiatives and what are the initiatives that are related to marine and fisheries. In terms of Human New Deal, it has the plan to modernize facilities for wholesale market for agriculture and fisheries products. And for Smart New Deal, it has pilot tests a next generation ITS, and it is going to build industrial complex for new industry and energy. And for the Green New Deal, it has the floating ocean, wind power, hydrogen economy, and Northeast Asian oil and gas, and dismantling of nuclear reactors. And it's going to innovate shipbuilding and maritime industry by integrating ICT to this sector. I will introduce the New Deal projects in marine and fisheries sector. For Human New Deal, it is going to expand SOC for daily lives. So last year there was a fire on the wholesale market. So the government was looking for the candidate land for the market. It decided to relocate the market to Ulju Cheongyang area, which is not well developed. It's going to relocate the facilities to there. The blue marked, the area that's marked with blue is where the Gun office is located. So with this plan, the government is trying to invigorate the local economy around that area. And next point is it's going to form or construct Ulsan Marine Healing Complex.
수가 많이 있고요.
So it doesn't have, in terms of public healthcare infrastructure, it lacks the public healthcare infrastructure. It is planning to build the hospital for an industrial disaster. But, and the city is reviewing the plan to link that hospital to the existing hospitals. So Ulsan is planning to develop a marine healing center. And it is now conducting the feasibility study with the companies and sports rehabilitation. The feasibility study found it could be economic. So in line with building marine research institute, it is going to build this healing center. And next point is designation of Ulsan Free Economic Zone. It was designated in June this year, and the vision is to become an energy hub in Northeast Asia. And the concept is to foster the largest northern economic energy city in Northeast Asia. If you look at the picture diagram, it has 5 zones. Ultimately, I don't see the screen very well from here, so I'm going to step down a little bit. It has 5 areas or zones. There are 3 areas that are related to hydrogen, so only these 3 are selected as the free economic zone. The other 2 were dropped out of this zone. So in these 3 free economic zones, the hydrogen-related industries will be pursued. And the Ulsan Free Economic Agency will be launched in January next year. And hydrogen and green mobility regulation free zone was designated December 2019, and this is also pursued. And next point is Green New Deal. So we have the 4 major energy bridge for green economy. And these four include floating ocean wind power generation, hydrogen economy, oil and gas hub, and dismantling of nuclear reactors. And this is the roadmap for floating ocean wind power generation. We have the plan to complete building the power generation by 2022. And we're going to develop Korean technology for ocean wind power generation. And we are considering the gas fields in Eastern Sea, but other than that, we also we are also considering to build the centers around other areas as well. And this plan is pursued in line with other urban regeneration plan of the city. And as for the hydrogen economy, it has largest infrastructure. So we have the pipeline for the hydrogen underground. So 2 years ago, we tested this in 2 villages, small villages, to see whether hydrogen energy can be used for heating and other purposes, and it has been tested. And by 2030, the city plans to build the city to be the world-class hydrogen city, so that it can provide energy to about 0.5 million cars and it has the plan to have about 200 hydrogen-related companies. As for becoming oil and gas hub, it is going to build oil and energy storage facility by 2026. And about dismantling of nuclear reactors, and there are about 10 key technologies that we don't have out of 38 key technology for dismantling. So we are considering partnering with advanced countries and other advanced companies in other countries. And next is about cooperation. There are some things that we need some help. First is about building ocean wind power complex and conduct follow-up management. We have to do it jointly. So as projects are pursued by each jurisdiction, conflicts between neighboring local governments arises. Because if we have this kind of facilities, there could be some environmental pollution. For Ulsan, we have the plan to build about 60 million megawatts wind power. It's going to disrupt the ecosystem there, but just building and maintaining such system will require joint efforts of neighboring local governments. And mainly ideas of the local areas are only pursued at the government level, central government level. So when I was asked to do the evaluation, I had some difficulties in doing the quantitative analysis. In terms of qualitative evaluation, I could give some comments. In July this year, the government came up with the measures to develop ocean wind power. So it is mainly pursued by the government-run agencies. So the experts in local governments could not participate in this meeting, so I believe we have to do it. The local government is trying to find the optimal place for this wind power generation. So I believe the cooperation between the central government and local governments is necessary. So we have the government-run agencies, but I think these government-run agencies will have to cooperate with local agencies to come up with the best plan. And the second point is to build the marine healing centers along the east coast. And along with the East Coast, leisure and healing hubs will be built. And this requires representative resources of each region. People are now more interested in the immune system. So many local governments are trying to participate in building these healing centers. Ulsan made the investment as well. Working with Ulsan and Gangwon-do, I hope Ulsan will cooperate with such cities and provinces. So each region has representative resources. I believe these can be incorporated into building the healing centers. And working with the other provinces on the East Coast, we are building the plan to develop the East Coast. And the third point is we have to jointly respond to new northern policy. Over the last 2 years, Ulsan has been pursuing to respond to new northern policy. We could find the potential as well as the limitations. For example, Eurasian countries prefer to conduct business through credible representative agencies. So for to enhance negotiation power towards Eurasia, local governments along the East Coast should cooperate. And in the northern area, the local offices are separately run. So Ulsan made the ordinance on Northern Economic Cooperation. So only so we will. I hope that we will cooperate to build in a joint office in northern areas. Thank you.